Hello. Hi, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. If this is your first time, my name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is not your first time, welcome back. All right. So please do subscribe to this channel if you haven't already subscribed. Turn on the notification bell. Join me every single time I'm live. Be a part of and witness the cray-cray that is me. So right now this is like a very, very special event. If you guys were able to join me earlier, I sat and charged in that solar eclipse that happened. It wasn't visible where I'm at, but I sure as hell felt it. I felt that to a ridiculous degree, like ridiculous degree. So I figured, let me go ahead and harness this energy to benefit you guys, because that's what I do. That's what I do. Okay. I'm on your yeah. Okay. So basically, we are going to be doing expedited requests. I have a limited number just because time, and these are going to be really intense. Okay. You don't necessarily have to be present during your session. It's perfectly okay. If you're getting energetic work done, please do know that this will most likely trigger an energetic detox. The symptoms of that detox depends on the individual. Typically, it presents as flu-like symptoms. So you might have hot flashes, but no actual fever. You might have body aches, general like fatigue, malaise, a lot of sleepiness, things like that. It might also trigger a lot of emotional release. So this typically lasts 7 to 10 days. And in that 7 to 10 days, you'll begin processing emotions and traumas that you haven't fully addressed. And most of us believe we've addressed the drama, the trauma, all of that stuff. But in reality, once we kind of negate some of the horrible feelings that are attached to it, we think it's done, and it's not. We just shelve it. So that comes back up to be fully processed and create space within your field for more growth. So let me just comment. Let me find where to comment. Let's see. All right, I don't have that. Let me just type it out then. If I could just spell, that would be awesome. There you go. All right. So some of you have already purchased the Expedite in advance. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you guys so much for first joining me, and secondly for joining me for being a part of this. Okay. So the order in which I'm going to begin doing expedites is the order in which they were purchased. You purchase early, you get done early. So let's start. I'm so amped up and super excited. Let's just get to it. Oh, really quick, one final thing. So my van broke down and it's in a different state. I left my cards in the van, but that doesn't matter. I can do a clairvoyant reading, which is the same as the Clair Tarot. I just don't have the cards with me. Might be a little less focused, might take me a little few seconds longer to really hone in on what your higher self wants you to know, but it's exactly the same thing as a Clair Tarot reading. Okay, so let's get started. I'm so excited. I don't even fully understand where all this excitement is coming from. All right, that's not it. That's not it either. I just got to see where this starts. All right, so Dalia and Guino, past life trauma containment and release. Ooh, Solar Shakti. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, I forgot to tell you guys what I even have today. Really quick, what I'm offering. bioscan, condensed clairvoyant readings, ancestral wound clearing. So most of us carry some sort of ancestral wound that we have no idea about, and this affects our ability to move forward with ease and usually with grace. So we clear that out and give you a much easier path. Past life trauma containment and release. This is really, really a potent one because of the fact that I'm talking about most of us, have past life traumas that bleed over into this life. And what that does, it creates things like phobias. It's for some of us, if it's intense enough, it really, really cripples you and you don't even know why. You're like, I don't know why I act this way. I don't know why I react this way. I feel like I'm going crazy. No, you're not going crazy. Your past life trauma is bleeding over into this one. And because you're not aware of that past life, you end up thinking that it has to do with this life when it doesn't. It's rooted in a different life. So we identify that trauma, I contain it, and then we clear it. And hopefully it clears all those symptoms that were associated with it. We also have the solar Shakti. This one's very potent because you're pairing both lunar and solar energies together. That gives you a totality. You're pairing lunar, solar. You're pairing light and shadow. You're pairing divine feminine, sacred masculine, both of those. So it's really going to amplify to a whole nother level your ability to manifest. In addition to that, this solar eclipse that just happened, like literally just happened, this is going to push you forward. The whole energy behind this solar eclipse is about bringing to light the things that need to be cleared away, about giving you the incentive and the momentum to move forward in your path. So the solar Shakti is about manifestation and really giving you the tools, energetic tools that you are needing to manifest the life that you want, the life you deserve, your best life, basically, the best you and the best life you could have. And then finally, we have solar eclipse recalibration. As we're redirected by this solar eclipse energy, some of us might not quite get why our efforts are not producing the results that we're accustomed to. Well, you're needing to recalibrate your personal frequency signature so it's in better alignment with this new redirection. And that's what this solar eclipse recalibration does. It helps the energy to flow better through the pathways. Okay? So let's go ahead and go back. I believe it's Dalima. No, it wasn't Dalima. It was Dalia. Okay, so it was past life trauma containment. Okay. Dalia, are you here? Let's see. Hi, Vixen Hamish. Hi, Joey. Is she here? Let us see. Hey, yay, she's here. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So just breathe very deep and very slow. You might start to get tingly. Please make sure you're seated for your mini session because you might get very dizzy, okay? I will try my best to make sure that doesn't happen, but this is a lot of energy. You might feel your emotions rise, okay? Just let it. Breathe very deep, very slow. You might feel me working in your chest. You carry a lot of traumas in your high heart space. You might suddenly get very warm. You might feel ice fire at the tip of your tailbone, wrapping around your spine as it climbs up. All right. How do you feel? Yay. So you're very sensitive to energy. I made sure to send extra sedation into your auric field. As that sedation starts to wear off in a few minutes, you might feel an increase in tingling all over, okay? That's perfectly normal. The sedation was calibrated to be very short-lived, and you'll begin to feel more of this energy coursing through you. You might switch from relaxed to feeling very like supercharged, okay? Just make sure you don't get up until you are certain you're not so dizzy that you'll fall over or lose your balance in some way. See, Priya's all right. Dizzy. Breathe, breathe. Make sure you guys are breathing, okay? All right. Thank you so much for that, Dalia. All right, Katherine Garland. All right. Katherine, are you here? She is here. All right, breathe very deep and very slow. Katherine, your guides are already telling me, make sure that you allow the feelings, the emotions to actually go, okay? So no trying to hold on to it at all. As a matter of fact, I want you to sit with your hands wide open, palms facing up. You could put it in your lap, whatever you want, but palms have to be open and facing up. So that way you're not holding on. If you feel yourself starting to curve your hands, open them flat again, okay? So breathe very deep, very slow. I'm gonna get started. You might start to get a little bit nauseous, okay? Just breathe. You might feel me in your spine and low back, okay? You can play with fire if you want. I know there's a part of you resisting this process and letting go. If it makes you feel better, you can set me on fire if you want. It won't do anything to me. You might feel me in the base of your skull. Your throat. Breathe. I'm entering your space. We're in the same space. You might feel my hand on your heart. Our hearts are beating in unison right now. I'm asking you to mirror my calm. Your hurt won't hurt me. Allow me to take it from you. Don't resist. Katherine, with your eyes closed, I want you to see me. I have all your pain. Set me on fire. Burn hotter. You won't hurt me. Dragons are here. They're helping you to burn me hotter. Hotter, Katherine. You're getting close to activating your Endaran code. I'm going to inject coding into your heart space. This is your organic Endaran coding. You're full active. Set everything on fire. Breathe. That was amazing. How do you feel? I can't help but smile and giggle. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Katherine. That was intense. I love that. Girl, oh my gosh. I don't know if you know this. Not only were you a dragon rider at some point, you actually had like a cluster that you were in charge of. So that dragon coding is very, very organic to you. Not only are you able to tap into dragon coding, you actually have intertwined, like interlaced with that dragon coding and Endaran code, which is ancient elder dragon code. Love it. Makes me want to dance and sing. All right, Katherine, it's going to continue to amplify over the next maybe 15, 20 minutes, okay? Do you know what to expect? It's going to intensify. So just make sure that you take whatever precautionary steps you need, sitting down, drinking. You might get very, very thirsty in a little bit. And also, if you start to get a little bit dizzy, like super duper hungry, make sure you eat something because we burned up a lot of calories doing this. All right. That was good. That felt so good. All right. What's this? Oh, yeah.
Just so you know.
Okay. Thank you.
A reminder.
All right. So, Jessica Lynn. All right. Ancestral wound clearing. Awesome. Jessica Lynn, are you here? Did you guys feel it too? Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Let me drink some of my coconut water. All right, she's here. Yeah, I didn't just drink, I gulped it. I could feel myself getting the shakes. That was a lot of energy. Ooh. All right. So, Reverie, we're going to get started. Just breathe very deep and very slow. All right. Let me go to my playlist. Excuse me. I'm just scanning you, looking for segment. You might feel me in your back. You might feel warmth coming from the front of you. Ooh. How do you feel? Thank you, Lee Miller. Let's see. Well, hello, J. Laura de los Santos. You might be one of my cousins. Yay! She's feeling much clearer. You know, would you happen to have any like what is that? Northwest Asian, maybe Japanese ancestry? This is a very, very interesting experience for me. There was a lot of coding stored just below your shoulder blades. And it's almost like primitive, like north, like almost like Mongolian, like up north and more towards the Bering Strait. It's this feeling that there is like a nomadic Asian tribe that you kind of descended from. I don't know if your grandfather or anyone in your family actually has ever talked about this, but it was commingled with some Mongolian. And at one point, I'll explain this to you a little bit more privately, but at one point, the Mongolians came, and they came basically to expand empire. And your ancestors' village was one of the villages that were conquered. And I believe from your direct lineage, someone way back then was in charge of kind of like making sure to alert the village when danger was coming. They got arrowed in the back. It was a very like sneaky attack thing. He never saw it coming, got arrowed in the back, and it was carried down, like, because he didn't die right away. It was carried down, that emotion of, oh my God, it's my fault that my village is going to be overrun. And that's what's carried through. So if you have any feelings of like you're going to let people down, you're going to let your family down, you have to push, no matter what happens, you have to get this done because you don't want to let, your core circle down. That's where it comes from. You haven't let anyone down. That's just not who you are. So you no longer have to carry that burden, that emotional burden that seemingly has no real tie to this life. Yeah. So it was very interesting, very interesting. It weighed so heavily in that area. I don't know if you have back pains there or like aches and things like that in that area, but if you do, it's tied to that. Okay. So I hope that helps you. All right, let's see. Next, we have Vixen Hamish. Okay, for recalibration. Let's see. Vixen Hamish. Oh, do you have knots in your back? Well, with knots in your back, it might, because I've never been shot with an arrow, but I'm assuming that if you get hit with an arrow in the back, everything's going to tense up, immediately tense up around there. So that might be it, and from the look and the feel of it, the arrow kind of came from the left, behind you and from the left. And so it hit the actual spinal cord, and it was low enough that it wasn't immediately fatal, but your entire, from your armpits down, paralyzed, and you couldn't do anything. You couldn't move, and you were far enough away that you couldn't really scream and have them hear. Very interesting. Very interesting. And when I say you were present in that life. Your soul was present in that life. You've cycled through this family lineage a couple times in a couple lives. So that's what made it so interesting. It's like you really embodied it so much that you wouldn't even let this lineage go. It's like you felt like you had to continue to protect and elevate it. All right, so Vixen Hamish, you're next. What was it for? Oh, the recalibration. Okay. All right, girl. Breathe very deep and very slow. Let's see. Oh, I'm looking over there. No, the music is here. Excuse me. Just breathe. You might feel sensation of your eyeballs slowly rocking in their sockets, okay? Just breathe. Make sure you're seated. All right. So it might now feel as though your entire field is tingling all over and just feeling good. So just breathe. Allow yourself to finish the experience. And then let us know if you're okay. Make sure you let us know. You're welcome, Referee. Yes, I agree with Melissa. If you leave questionable comments or remarks, you will be blocked without question. Let's cultivate the environment. All right. Wait. All right, Vixen's okay. All right. And also, Vixen, there's a little bit of a delay in your awareness, the pathway that connects your third eye to your conscious mind that allows for the experiences to enter the forefront of your awareness. There's a slight delay. So don't be surprised if in a few minutes you'll begin to feel all kind of stuff, whatever you saw me, hands moving and stuff, you might begin to feel it. Okay. In Ascension, you can absolutely experience body pain. The extent of the pain is very much tied to the level of self-destruction you're experiencing. Ascension is not some fluffy clouds, butterflies, rainbows, unicorns process. It's a very gritty, raw self-deconstruction. You are deconstructing this false paradigm that you've been forced to participate in. So if you're going to resist that, it's going to be a lot more painful and it take a lot longer, no matter what pain is involved. But the intensity, that's really contingent on your willingness and participation, level of participation. Okay. So next we have Tess. Tess, you are next. I believe I am ether. Okay. So bioscan. All right. Tess, was there something in particular that you wanted me to scan for? All right, she's here. Okay, for anything foreign. Let us see. I'm going to scan you first, okay? Immediately, right shoulder blade at the very bottom portion towards the outside of the actual scapula. Trying to discern what that is. Have you been missing time? Have you been finding yourself like, whoa, a few minutes have passed and what the heck just happened? Or like a few hours and you can't really account for the time that was missing? You have an implant. Also on your left iliac crest. These weren't here before. These are new. Base of skull just left of spine. Another implant. One moment. Tracking. Gotcha. Clowning mother's call. Gotcha. Those of you sensitive to energy may begin to tingle. All right. So, Tess, you have been traveling astrally. When you travel astrally, you have to make sure that you use the proper amount of cloaking and shield amplification. What's happened is that you have a very bright light. The way your frequency signature reads, because of previous life that you and I had shared, it reads not exactly like my signature, but close enough that draconian, you caught their attention. And so those implants are actually draconian implants. I haven't removed the implants because that's not something I can do during a live stream. What you just saw me doing, they were watching. So Draco was watching, and we have a long-standing agreement. If I catch you watching anything I'm doing, if I catch you any kind of essence, whether it be residue or full on of Draco on anyone I'm working with, I will track your scout down, and then I will track the mothership down. All of that now belongs to me. And so I took them all down. So that's kind of what's going on. You definitely have to begin cloaking more. I'm just talking to your higher self. Okay. So The higher self is saying the reason you've been feeling like you need to begin trying to cloak more is because of the implant that was detected at the base of your skull just left of spine. That one was actually blocking your ability to cloak. And so your higher self's been talking about cloaking, and you've been feeling that. You've absolutely been allowing yourself to be guided, but it was already, I guess you could say, too late. 64% at 116. That's 666. Oh, sorry. Sorry. I just like that. So they had already greatly crippled your ability to cloak, and they're totally just taking advantage of the fact that you weren't fully aware yet what was going on. The Draco, that's done with, but you do still have the implants. Those need to be taken care of very carefully. They've been encased, so they can't send out any other signal. Some of the areas in which I was seeing, they were implanted in a way that it taps into your neurological pathway. And so are you feeling an increase in like joint pain and just things like that? Yeah, it would probably be best to have a private session. But if you're feeling an increase in like joint pain, just very low key symptoms that it's like, why, I don't understand what I'm doing different that's causing this. It's because of that. Slight, and you haven't been sleeping much. Yeah. I've noticed one of the things that draconian tactics, one of the draconian tactics that are used, especially with someone as high frequency as you, they'll affect the sleeping patterns. And that sleep deprivation makes it much more difficult for you to have mental clarity enough to notice what's going on. And so they do very low key things at first. And this is usually done when their main objective is to establish a long-term residency within your auric field. So no, they can't stay. So you'll be okay. But let me get to the other portions of your expedite. Okay. Yeah, you definitely, you would benefit from the Kokoro 33, because that's stuff that I actually teach quite a bit of. The shielding, really making sure that your auric field is secure and intact, scanning yourself so you know what's going on with your own energetic health. Those are some really important skills for someone like you in particular to really, really be well-versed in. It's really crucial for you to be well-versed in those things, okay? So let me just, it was the Ancestral, Solar Shakti, and the recalibration. Okay, that's what I thought. All right, let's get started. All right, so breathe very deep and very slow. You might feel me rubbing your liver. It's a little bit clogged up, struggling a little. And gallbladder. Those areas carry a bulk of the ancestral wounding. So a lot of resentment and unprocessed anger. You do a good job of coping daily, but those are just like baseline emotions that are always kind of present to some degree. I'm either, has your family ever spoken about Lapu Lapu? Are you from a region where Lapu Lapu was from? I don't even know if you're familiar with who that is. Okay. Oh, okay. Makes sense. It seems like you're a descendant of his. For those of you that don't know Philippine history, when the explorations began and Magellan discovered the Philippines, he attempted to disembark his ship and he was met with force. Okay. He was definitely met with force by Lapu-Lapu, which is a very significant Filipino historical figure. Lapu-Lapu mortally wounded Magellan, and that ended the exploration of the Philippines for a period. So it took a lot of rage for him to do that, to fight off such militarily advanced peoples. You embody that still. Batangas, you have to go back to Batangas. This is tied to Batangas. Not so much Ilocos Norte, but Batangas. Do some internet searching and see what region Lapu Lapu was from. It might be a completely different region. It might have to do with Batangas, but I believe Batangas is where you need to do some work. I don't know if you have to physically go there or if you have to go astrally. But no matter what you do, you have to cloak yourself or you're just going to keep drawing things to you. And I mean, it's just not economically or personally feasible to have someone keep working on you. Okay. So let's see. I've cleared a little bit more. You might feel ice fire up and down your spine. You might feel Archive standing behind you again. All right. How do you feel? Mhm. She feels high. So, between Ilocos Norte and Batangas, which one are you most like repulsed by? 72% at 127, 919. Gorgeous. Love it. Which one are you most like, I don't want to go there? Because I'm just curious if it's Batangas. Um, I think you're probably similar to me in that the area you need to go to the most, whether it be the area in your thoughts, physical geographic location, that's where I avoid the most. So if it's Batangas, then you know that's where you need to do primarily this self internal work. Okay. So let me just see if there's anything else your higher self wants to add. Okay. Meditation is good. Meditation is good. Higher self says, like the avoidance of it is very, very intense, more intense than you actually realize, like cognitively acknowledge. So I think the only way to really get the answers that you're wanting and needing would probably be when you fully submit consciously to wherever your soul is asking you to explore. So meditation would be a very, very good way to get that answer. Okay. All right. Thank you, Tess. All right, next is Jessica Barr. I see your name a couple times. Hold on. Jessica Barr for calibration. And then for girl, I already feel it. I already feel the ancestral portion going active. This is intense. I know. She's already on fire. We're going back to Peru. We're going to do this the Quechua way. I can already hear them speaking Quechua. So, all right, girl. Chill. Okay. Breathe very deep and very slow. This is going to be intense. It's going to be very, very quick, okay? I'm going to have to do a triadic charge. It's going to be pressure injected, okay? Hold on. Shh. Oh my God, my foot just started cramping. Breathe. 3, 2, 1. Breathe. I'm sorry, this is the only way, okay? Sending sedation. I'm going to crush your solar plexus. You might feel mine and Archive's hands reconstructing a solar plexus for you. It's going to get hot. Reintegrating your solar plexus back. All right. How do you feel? I'm sweating. That was a lot. I'm super duper sweating. Yeah, that will work. That will work for you, I'm Ether. Hot, full body sweat. I know, it feels like we just did Bikram yoga together. Like, I feel it everywhere. I'm forming a sweat mustache. Woo! Love it. Love it. So, Jessica, it might be a very intense detox process. You're familiar with this. Gosh. Oh, your dragon friend was not present. Definitely no dragons were harmed in the crushing of the solar plexus. That sounds so odd to say, but dragon friend was not there when I began. Okay. It has a lot to do with like spiritual ancestry. What ended up coming forward was the time that that you were Peruvian. And I'm sure you already, okay. I'm sure you already know that and felt that too. So try and take it easy. Drink a lot of water, okay? You're probably going to keep sweating for a bit. Sit in front of a fan. Michael said sit in front of a fan. All right. Next we have Nicole Brooks. Past life trauma. Nicole. Nikki. AC is on high. That's how you do. All right, let me just. Let me go ahead and get myself situated. All right. Nikki, your higher self is talking to me. Hold on really quick. Okay. So just breathe very deep and very slow. And you guys, oh, your higher self was talking to me. Is that what you mean? Here's the link to purchase an expedited request. As soon as I'm done with Nikki, I'm going to go ahead and shut down the link. Okay. So yeah, your higher self was talking to me about location of the trauma that I'm going to access. So it wasn't anything that needed to be relayed. All right. I'm going to go ahead and start. Breathe very deep and slow. Okay. If you start to get emotional, just allow it to rise and release. How do you feel? Um, why do you want to know if my spiritual guide can speak to the oneness? Is there a reason for that question? My guardians and guides don't like much information about them being disclosed. So we're just going to let Nikki finish her experience. Just breathe. Gulp, gulp. Eclipse downloads to us. I downloaded information for myself. The collective whole also downloaded information individually. Emotional but left quickly. So with the emotions, that's one of the things your higher self wanted me to kind of mention to you. You don't really let yourself feel the full range of motion and emotion. You're very accustomed to a controlled emotional state. Your life up until this point has needed you to be, very controlled in your emotions, very logical. And I know at times you've felt like you're very illogical and an emotional mess and all chaotic and stuff, but that's like so far from the truth. You've been a very controlled individual when it comes to your emotions and the expression of those emotions. You have to allow yourself more wiggle room. Okay. This is part of what's causing your ascension process to lag a little bit. It's not that you're behind, but you're feeling as though things are not progressing in at the rate that you feel like you should be progressing, because you're putting a lot of effort into this. I don't blame you for feeling that way, but it's the emotions part. That's what's causing it's causing you to feel a delay. So spot on. I feel like an emotional wreck right now. Well, because your higher self is trying to force you to actually feel it, like be fully present in those feelings and emotions. You've still been resisting to some extent, and it's now um, it's now at a point where higher self is like, no, you're gonna have to. You're gonna have to feel this. You're gonna have to. So, you know, just allow yourself to feel that hot messness in your private time. If it's too much for you still to experience this where other people can witness it, because that's a lot to ask from you. You don't have to have the emotional breakdown in front of other people. You could do it privately, go in the bathroom, cry, or do it in the bath, whatever, just to release it, to satisfy your soul's need for you to actually be fully present when you feel these emotions. That's really just what your soul is asking of you. Okay. Hi, Janet. So, okay. Next is Cheryl Walker. I see that okay, so past life trauma. And then I see another thing. And then solar eclipse recalibration. Oh, let me close the link really quick. There you go. Ooh, what happened? What happened? Okay, well, it's hidden now. Whatever is turning red, I don't know, but it's not gonna work. Hi, Evo. You guys, Evo Nelson is a freaking genius. He gifted me with his book, and my gosh, I have been going through quite a bit of like thought processes, and I keep thinking back on a few things that he wrote in his book, A Love-Based Culture. I know it's kind of written to address, corporate things, but it's so applicable in everyday freaking life. Like the way you wrote that book, Evo, is genius. It's called A Love-Based Culture. Let me see if I can find it on my phone. Here. I highly, highly recommend you guys check this book out. I believe it's available on Amazon as well. It's Love-Based Culture. Like it's helped in so many different ways. And to be honest, with the things that the projects that I have in the works for this year, it's very much due to the things that Evo shared in his book. Amazing, amazing. Thank you for writing that, for gifting it to me, and just that information, sharing it with whoever's ready to understand. Seriously, it's profound. To me, it hit certain core levels of being. I can't even put into words how it's affected me. And then with the things that have gone on this month, I looked back because I took pictures. I took pictures of certain areas in the book, and I went back and I reread it, and it gave me clarity on a whole different level than the previous time that I looked at it. I highly recommend that book, guys. Highly recommend that book. So, sorry about the tangent. I saw Evo's name and I was like, I gotta talk about the book. All right. So Cheryl Walker. There were two things. It was the okay, Cheryl, are you ready? You ready, boo? All right, she's here. I don't know why I took my phone apart. Got all excited. All right, breathe very deep and slow, Cheryl. You might feel me working in your throat space. Butterflies all around your crown. You might feel your entire auric field catch fire, okay? Still observing. Beautiful. Did you feel did you suddenly feel like a click? Oh my god. It was like something was just mildly misaligned, and as everything finished, it click just clicked back into place. Gets me all excited because I know your potentiality. She did feel it in her back. I love it. Cheryl, you're about to level up. This will probably take place within the next few days. This solar energy was so key in this leveling up. It's going to burn away that last little bit of your self-doubt, okay? Because you had a very elevated amount of self-doubt. It's not that you didn't value yourself. It's more of you didn't quite understand how you could possibly be as, special or different than everyone else, and you just are. Okay, you just are. It's just a matter of you recognizing the humbleness about you is one of the reasons why you're so special, why you're so powerful. And just because you acknowledge your uniqueness and your power does not mean you're suddenly not going to be humble. You're a humble person. No matter what happens, you will always be who you are. Okay? You will always remain the Cheryl that you are in this moment. Recognition is not going to get to your head. Some people, they can't handle it. You're one who can. So stop being afraid of that greatness. Okay? Stop trying to diminish yourself and make you less than you actually are. We both know you're way more than what you lead on. Okay? I know I'm kind of busting you out right now, but it needs to be. You need to be busted out the box. Out the box, okay? All right. So, Cheryl, that was good. I liked it. All right. So now we have Simmi. All right. So let us see. So, Daddy or Rachel, if you can tag the time of 1 minute, 1 hour, 28 seconds. 1 hour, 28 minutes. That's Simmi's time, okay? 1 hour, 28 minutes into the video. So I know she had said she's not going to be present. I'm going to go ahead and begin her work. So, Simmi, I know you're going to be watching this recorded. Please breathe very deep and very slow. I don't know what I just did, but let me get to the song. Okay. So, Simmi, with this process, I had to accelerate even faster. I did detect the presence of our little buddy that starts. So that energy was cleared out, and I went ahead and completed everything as quickly as possible, so that way that energy cannot interfere with this process. Now, what you might experience watching this recorded is just some relaxation, tinglings, things like that. As we had discussed previously, most of this will be integrated during your sleep when you have the most heavy access to protection. Okay, so there's no interference. So just keep that in mind, and definitely you're going to have a lot of detoxing occurring. Okay, a lot of detoxing. Flow with that detox. Don't allow yourself to get intimidated by this process. You can handle this. You absolutely can handle this. Okay? All right. Thank you, Simmi. So next is Melissa Barnard. I see. Okay. Girl. Okay. And then I think you had. Okay. Okay. So let me go ahead and do your clairvoyant reading and then your scan. Okay. So. Mm, mm, mhm. I'm sorry. I was having a conversation with her. So a lot of the things that you've been experiencing, I don't know if this has crossed your mind. I know. I was like, gotcha. Okay. Let me say it out loud. A lot of the things you've been experiencing over the past few weeks, especially this last week, has a lot to do with an unrealized connection with someone. Okay, this connection has not yet fully become manifest in this life, but energetically speaking, the connection's already there. You're feeling a lot of the same emotions. This feeling of like, what am I doing here? Not in a like a suicidal or dark way. It's like, what is the point of all of these things that have happened in life? Like, I feel like I have no sense of direction. I need to focus on something. I need to get serious with this life. I need to leave my mark on this world. And the both of you are feeling this simultaneously. Um, God, that, hi, Loretta, that connection. I don't want to say this because then it might trigger um, like a round of really intense feelings of impatience or frustration or disappointment. I'm not saying this. Your higher self use this word, okay? And you know, I ain't got to say in what your higher self does. So I'm just relaying the message. Imminent. The connection is imminent. That's what she says. So it's not that you haven't been patient enough. This is not why certain things haven't unfolded yet. It's that the other half of the equation was not quite ready. And so, you know, you've definitely been patient. It's not a case of impatience at this point. Okay, you've learned how to be patient. So, you kind of just got to take this in stride. The other half of the equation is almost there, very, very close, almost there. Again, higher self says imminent. Imminent what though? I don't know. Imminent. What event is imminent? I don't know, but I do see like a plug, and it's like right there. It's right there. It's just a little bit more, just a little bit more. So, um, but don't. And this is one disclaimer I have to put out there, you guys. Soul don't give a shit about Gregorian calendars or linear time. When soul says imminent, that should come in like 3 years, 10 years. Like, would you define imminent? for humans, us humans, that means like right around the river bend. But it's, do you know what I mean? See, she says, yup. She knows. She knows. So yeah, definitely take that as you know your soul to be. I don't know. My soul been saying imminent for shit for a while. I'm like, bitch. Sorry. I'm like, girl, get me all squeaky voice on a live stream. Let me just stick this in. I'm gonna go ahead and do your Oh, it's a legend. Girl, I don't know if that's a legend or if that's like a for real and then he became a legend. I don't even know how I know that name because I really don't know Filipino history. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know Filipino, but that was one thing that stuck out. Okay. Melissa. Energetic blockage. Pushing the blockage through. Shoulder, arm, wrist. Left sacral. You might feel this in your sacral. All right. Be the whole. Okay. Laura! Oh, thank you, Jacqueline. Melissa knows what I'm talking about. Let me just get my hair out of my face. There you go. It does go so perfectly, Laura. I don't know if you were hearing the song that was playing And I didn't even pick that song. Soul picked that song. So Melissa, you definitely have a few things that you have to just, consider. And then everything is on its way. All right. Everything is truly on its way. All right. Next, we have Stephanie Murdock. All right. Stephanie. Girl. Let me just explain real quick, Melissa, what I had messaged you. I did not select that to play, and then it just started playing, and then I was like, oh, okay, Tibetan chanting. Just listen to it, okay? Yes, it included the past life clearing thing. So. Oh my God. Just so you have an idea of why that link was sent to you. All right. Let me just find a song that's appropriate. All right. Stephanie, you found a crystal you thought you lost. Maybe it just wanted some time to release the energies that it had loaded. So now it's ready to begin assisting you again. All right. Stephanie, it would be good if you hold that crystal right now. If you can't, that's perfectly fine. This energy is going to load into the crystal too. How do you feel? Sweaty, glistening. Yep. I don't know if you were you able to grab your crystal that you found? I'm sweaty too, girl. No highlighters on this face. All right, good. So if you hold that crystal like this in both your hands, your left hand being the bottom and right hand being the top, just hold it like this, and you might begin to feel like a heartbeat, a pulsing in the crystal. That's solar eclipse energy. And it's going to help you as you continue your process, because you are about to embark on, a portion of your journey that's going to be very challenging. Okay. It's not necessarily an ascension cycle starting. This is just a very challenging part of your journey. You can handle this. Okay. It's going to challenge you though. It's going to expand your experience, your conscious awareness. And just like when a balloon gets blown up, of course, you're going to resist it a little bit. It's going to stretch you out. You're going to be challenged, for lack of a better word. You know what I mean. You've been feeling it coming. Well, it's coming, girl. And when you begin to feel overwhelmed, just take that crystal, put it on your chest, and just hold it like this. Okay? You just hold it like this, or put your left hand on top and then your right hand on top of your left. And this is going to create a closed circuit of biospiritual energy, electricity. Okay? Bioelectric circuit. And what's going to happen, you're going to take in the energies, you're going to amplify it, and then you're going to send it back to yourself. Take it in, amplify, send it back to yourself. And that's going to really help to rejuvenate and recharge you. Okay? You got this though. You got this. So let us see. And thank you, Stephanie. Next, we have Liberty Jones. Liberty Jones. All right. Liberty, is there something that you wanted to ask? Anything in particular, Miss Liberty Jones? Do you guys mind that I say your last names? Maybe I shouldn't. Should I just go by email address? I don't know. Shoot. Let's see. Liberty, are you here? That's the introvert in me. Like, am I giving too much information? Because sometimes, don't say my full name. Don't say how many kids I have. I keep it private, y'all. Keep it private. Keep it private. All right. I think maybe Liberty is not here. Liberty? Liberty? Your party's waiting for you at the front. Calling Miss Liberty. Okay, I'm messing around. Let me unmark Libby. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead. Ooh, Katherine. Katherine she says Katherine Garland. Katherine? Wait. Lizzie, is that you? Are you Liberty? Did I just give away your government name? Okay. All right. Katherine, Oracle Love. I know. Then my son said to me, no government names, Mom. No government names. I'm like, how did you hear that from? Oh, that's right, from me. That's right. I'm sorry. That was from me. Okay, quit messing around, girl. Focus. Focus. Katherine, we're going to go ahead and do the wound clearing. Okay. And if you're watching this recording and you comment that you don't like that I laugh too much, well, that's too freaking bad. Oh, the music's down here. All right, let's see. All right. Katherine, breathe very deep and very slow. How do you feel? Okay. I don't know if you can. I don't know if y'all can hear that. Okay. Yeah, you thought your head was going to spin. Maybe I shouldn't have said yay, but yay, she feels amazing. Good, very, very good. So we went ahead and cleared quite a deeply rooted wound. You might be sore. Tomorrow you might be very sore, okay? Like pretty much all over. Primarily in your very upper back, shoulder area and the back of your neck. Okay. So thank you so much, Katherine. Hello, Lady J. Lady J is here. Let's mark this. Yes. What's up?
That's supposed to be next.
Well, you didn't tell me that.
Well, I was just informed.
All right. Can you screenshot this?
It is a screenshot.
And send it to me.
It has been sent to you.
Well, you know, all my notifications is turned off.
Let's go ahead and verify this.
Let's go ahead and verify this. Mm-hmm.
There it is.
There it is.
Okay,
All right, Lady J. Let's go ahead. What was it for? Personal relationships. Great, let's do this. Let's see what's going on. All right. Ooh. Okay. You're not gonna like this. So, Lady J, what's been going on is you've been being given quite a bit of information regarding personal relationships. You haven't been listening. Your higher self is super duper frustrated with you. I hate to tell you that. Your higher self is like really, really frustrated because it's been trying to guide you down one path, and that path is not the path that you want necessarily. And you've been trying to make it so that the other path is the one that you can rationalize as the best path. And it's not. I'm sorry. I don't know the details. You're a very private person, obviously. Your higher self is not giving the details, but just know both paths will take you to the same place in regards to the learning of this lesson. This path is the easy path, the one that your soul is trying to guide you to. This path is really hard, okay? Like really hard. I hope that emphasis on really hard paints a picture. Separation is the end result, okay? So no matter which path you choose, there's going to be a separation. Now, I want to clarify though, what I'm being shown doesn't carry all the way through. So both paths lead to a separation of some kind in whatever relationship is being asked about. But that doesn't necessarily mean the separation that I see is a permanent or long-term separation. I'm not saying either that it's a short-term and there's a reconciliation. I'm just saying, you know, I don't see that far. I don't need to see that far. Your higher self feels that I don't need to see that far. I just need to give you the information that no matter which path you take, the easy or the hard, it both still leads to a separation between two groups, okay, two parties. So personally, I would take the easier route. You learn the lesson, let me correct myself. You have the potentiality to learn the lesson in a much deeper and more profound way through the difficult path. But that only happens if you are willing to let yourself take in that information, okay? If you're going to continue to avoid what soul is saying to you, you still have the right to choose which path is needed, which path you're going to take. But if you're going to continue to block off the information that soul is giving you, then you're not going to learn that lesson. And what's going to happen is it's going to cycle back around. And that's probably why I'm not being shown the end result. I'm just being shown one part of that journey. When it cycles back around, it doesn't necessarily mean that lesson is going to cycle back around with the same individual. It could mean that if you find yourself repeating the same type of relationship dynamics and you're like, what is it? Why do I keep attracting these kind of people? Well, because you're not learning the lesson. And so what happens, your soul cycles it back around, and every single revolution, it gets more and more potent, and the lesson becomes more and more painful until finally you break that rebellious streak that you have against your soul, your own soul, not anyone else, but your own higher self, and just crumble in a heap of like, what the hell? What the hell? It's not funny. I'm sorry. I was laughing at myself, and it's not funny because it's a difficult, painful process. It's going to hurt a lot. If you choose to go the harder route, you do have the potentiality to learn more, on a deeper level, but it will hurt more. And the potentiality is merely a potentiality if you don't allow it to actually enter your consciousness. All right? So just kind of let that sink in before you actually commit to any one decision. Okay? I hope that helps. I know I laugh at inappropriate times as well. It's my coping mechanism. I'm not even gonna lie. It's my coping mechanism. Judge me if you will. I don't care. That's how I cope. It's better that I laugh at myself than the other option, which is not very good for anyone. All right. So Lisa Hyun. General scan. All right. Are you here, Lisa? Hello, Joseph. Lisa's here. All right. I don't know why that got me all excited. That got me super excited. I must have just Gave myself away. I'm a Lisa stalker. All right, Lisa. Scan. There seems to be like okay, I don't. Have you been having discomfort below, like just below your right breast? I detect something just below your right breast. It almost looks like a glowworm. Do you know what a glowworm is? No. Um, I'll show you. Oh, you guys remind me. Yellow Puke Road is after this. Let me show you a glowworm. I'm old. This is a toy from my childhood. Oh my God, I'm on eBay and I just tried to buy it. Hold on, guys, hold on. The hell is going on? Let me just. All right. There. He looks a little bit cocky in this picture, but it looks like this, except its face is not as cute. Its face is actually a little bit disfigured. I don't know what this is. No, I've never tried to buy eBay. I don't know what the heck I tried to buy something for. So it's right below the right breast, like literally right below. And the bottom half is kind of curled on itself to the point where it almost looks like a shell, and the face looks slightly disfigured and old. It's like weird, but it's not afraid of me. So usually, if it's a parasitic thing, it would be like freaked out. It would, it would do something to let me know, like, oh my God. And it's not doing that. It just smiled like in a oddly creepy but not way. Maybe I'm just not accustomed to seeing these features, but that's what I'm detecting lower right breast. I do detect some systemic inflammation in the belly. Excuse me. Are you eating things that you want me to talk to it and ask its purpose? I'll talk to it. The fuck, you're so creepy, yo. It talks super slow. I'm okay. It says it said to me, hello. Like you fucking creepy. Talk faster. Talk faster. Don't freak me out, dude. But that's what it said. Hello. Okay, I'm gonna speed you up a little. Says it's recording events. It's been recording events at key points in your journey from multiple lives. Every segment, because it's almost like, and then it split itself in half, showed me the insides. Why did you ask first? Okay, it split itself in half, showed me its insides to show that just like with a nautilus, it has chambers, and every chamber is like a period of growth. This thing has chambers, and each chamber has encrypted information from previous lives. Lisa, I'm traumatized. I don't want to talk to it anymore. Okay, just tell me the information, please. Please. Have you been have you been feeling any kind of symptoms at all that are making you wonder if something's going on? I feel like you should ask your brother or brother-in-law to kind of just look you over to make sure. I did detect some systemic inflammation in the belly. I don't know if you're if you have issues with the IgA. You might want to get tested. You might be reactive to certain foods. It's like you leveled up and life's felt weird lately. Have him check you over. It feels like whatever shifted energetically has also affected you physiologically. So what I'm kind of hypothesizing, because the worm is freaking me out, just cloak yourself, bro. Put yourself back together. I don't want to look at your insides. He's laughing too. He's actually pretty sweet. I'm just like, he's growing on me now. Okay, he doesn't freak me out anymore. He's growing on me. He's sweet. He's sweet in a creepy way. And he's not even offended. I love it. He's sweet. I like him. So, what I'm hypothesizing happened was that you leveled up and reached a higher dimensional level of consciousness, of frequency. And so, once you reach a certain level, of course, it doesn't make us any better or any worse than anyone else. It just means your body will then begin reacting to certain environmental triggers as well as things you ingest. So you might have begun developing leaky gut and food intolerances. And he's the perfect person to go to about this. I actually wanted to go to him too. I was like, oh, what? Integrative medicine? I'll message him later. But yeah, no, seriously, ask him to kind of look over and maybe if you can do some testing, test your levels, your hormones, all of that stuff. There's been a shift. It doesn't feel like you're, seriously ill or anything like that. It just feels like it's the start of chronic issues that can progress to something that will make you very miserable. Not necessarily like deathly ill, but just very miserable with like systemic inflammation and things like that. So go to him and ask him to check. I'm just looking at other areas to make sure there's nothing else that needs to be mentioned. Have you been having any kind of headaches? Weird sensation in the very top of the back of your neck? Like where your spine would actually connect to your skull? I think what's freaking me out is I'm still seeing the glowworm, and that's just creepy. The glowworm is creepy. No? Okay. I'm seeing also the very, very top. It's right where your hairline is. I'm seeing what almost looks like a diamond shape. Not diamond as in like diamond ring, but a diamond shape, just like this. And it's almost as though it's like an opening to your Christ consciousness. I'm just checking the area to make sure there's no interference, no breach. I detect none. Okay. So energy from your Christ consciousness is preparing to filter through your spine down to your kundalini and reawaken it. So I wouldn't be surprised if you begin another ascension process soon in the next few weeks. I think you've been through a couple already, and you probably have an idea. That makes sense. That's where I feel I've been headed towards Christ. Yeah, no, you've leveled up. You totally leveled up. It's like this calm about you. It's actually very beautiful to be around. Ooh, it's so loud. Do you hear that? I'm screaming, aren't I? It's like super loud. This is light language. It's light language. You're downloading right now, girl. Keep your message to yourself. It's just so loud. It is hella loud. Oh my gosh. Okay. Your higher self thinks I'm funny. I'm gonna. No, your higher self thinks I'm funny because apparently this, me connecting with you right now in this moment triggered for both of us to call in intense coding. It is so fucking loud. I'm having a hard time regulating my own level, my own volume because it's so loud. And it's just it's too loud. All right. I don't know how to translate light language. It's begun the ability to translate light language into human comprehension, like being able to talk. And then I shut it off again. So I can't translate it, but you're getting the exact same message that I'm getting. All right. So you're doing really, really well, Lisa. You are going up, up, up in frequency. Make sure you talk to your brother, or if you don't feel comfortable talking to him about health stuff, ask for a referral to someone who can address these questions. I don't think an allopathic doctor will be able to address any of this, because if it has to do with leaky gut, which I think you might be heading towards that, they're not going to know what to do. They're not trained for it. It's too new of a condition. It's not new. Y'all have been poisoning us for. Let me just stop right there. All right, Lisa. Thank you for thank you for that. Let me go ahead and see. Okay, next we have another Lisa. Lisa Lee. Okay, okay. We have okay. Lisa Lee. Yeah, definitely chat with him about it. And he has a good energy about him. All right, Lisa Lee. Let us see what's going on. Are you living with elderly parents right now? Oh, shit. Lisa Lee, please. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Lisa. Shit. Okay. Yeah. So sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh my God. What I'm going to do, I'm going to wrap this around my head. I'm already calibrated to read Lisa Lee, okay? So, Lisa, I'm getting no, you will not be living alone soon. Well, how would I put this? How would I put this? You will be living alone probably in the next year, but not in the way that you think it would go, if that makes any kind of sense. So in about a year, you probably will be living alone, but it's going to be a difficult journey between now and then. It's going to be a difficult journey. Okay. Um, so your husband is 76. That was around the age that I was feeling. Does he look a little bit older than 76? Like closer to 80? Okay. So then he's the one that I was seeing. Um, yeah. I hope that answers your question. Okay. And you need to spend more time kind of on your own. Um, Not necessarily to avoid anyone, but you're very much overwhelmed with taking care of other people. I don't know if you take care of your husband or if he's still able to care for himself, but it's this feeling that you're so depleted of energy and just need to recharge yourself. You need some self-care. So that's very important. It's not selfish. It's not selfish at all. Okay? So make sure at least that's what it felt like, that you take care of everyone. Um like literally everyone, even people that don't live with you. Like you're the one that everyone goes to for everything. They have a problem, they can't figure it out, they go to you. Instead of trying to figure it out, they go to you. You have all the answers, you organize everything. It enables behaviors that cripple them. So is it the most loving thing to do? No. So you have to slowly begin backing away from taking care of everything. And one of the ways to do that is by, oh, I can't right now, maybe later. So that way you're putting the things that you need to, it is prioritizing, and it's not just a wall in their face, like, nope. So because if you do that, if you just no, 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 then everyone's going to freak out and everyone's going to kind of like, you know, gang up on you. You'll feel like they're ganging up on you, but they're going to feel very unloved and stuff, and it's just unnecessary drama. But if you if you say, I can't right now, maybe later, they'll understand. They'll begin to comprehend you're so busy and you're trying, but they need to just wait. So definitely consider that. Okay. So Yellow Puke Road. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, girl. You know how my memory works. Let me go back to where I was. All right. So, okay. Thank you for being so patient with me, girl. Could you imagine what it is to have me as your mom? My kids are like, Mommy, like 3 hours ago, you told me you would help me next. Oh, sorry. Thank you for the reminder. That's how it works. All right. Okay. Breathe very deep and very slow. Let me look again. So, solar recalibration, Shakti, and ancestral. You might feel this in your throat and right shoulder, okay? You might feel a little dizzy. How do you feel? Yes. I depend heavily on Daddy. Yay! She's goosebumped. Yellow Puke Road. We have cleared away something that was just kind of widespread. So until we focused on clearing that specific thing, it's very difficult to detect. Definitely, it's almost like a gossamer cloak was placed on your back. It's like that. It was so widespread, this ancestral wound, that it's hard to detect it. But it's been all kind of gathered together, cleared away, and the good stuff left in its place. So you have the ability to level up. Okay. I know you've probably been feeling a little bit frustrated. You're not leveling up as much or as quickly as you feel like your efforts should have produced. This had some to do with it. Also, the twin stuff has some to do with it. And the twin stuff and this stuff are tied together because, twin stuff's tied to everything. So I hope this really helps you. Don't be surprised if your eating habits change for the next few days, like 7 to 10 days. Okay. And you know how these activations go. So don't be surprised though. I think you're okay to move forward, but still that what I had told you before, I don't remember my exact words, but that still applies. Move forward, but don't be so focused on the speed of accomplishment. Okay. You still have to allow things to just kind of unfold and just, oh, you've already had issues with the eating. It might intensify. I think your higher self was already preparing you for this. This is very, very heavily tied to the solar event that just happened. So, in case you're not already aware, you harness quite a bit of solar energy as personal energy. Like, your higher self is like, say as personal. Well, I thought that was kind of a given. As personal energy. Okay. So just roll with it. I hope your belly's been feeling okay. All right. So let's see. Yeah, no, my husband's amazing. He really, really is. He keeps everything together. Like, I wouldn't be able to do any of the stuff that I do with you guys if it wasn't for him. Like, he is a father like no other. I'm serious. I'm not just trying to make him feel good about himself. Like he's a kind of father that's very, very rare, where he can take care of everything and still manage to be his children's best friend, which I'm kind of butthurt at this point. They have their inside jokes, and I'm like, why am I not part of that joke? Why don't I know what that means? Okay, Tanya Varela. No, Varela. Don't be trying to get all like Española on everything. Tanya Varela. Are you here, Tanya? I'm just all right, she's here. Let's see. All right, Tanya's here. All right, Tanya, breathe very deep and very slow. Let me just untangle my earbuds. I'm not hating. I'm not hating. I am hating. I can't lie, I am hating. I feel left out. I'm the only one that's a female in the house. Y'all males have your inside jokes, giggling to yourselves. It ain't that serious. All right. Tanya, breathe deep and slow. You might feel this primarily in your right side. In your throat. Breathe. It's okay if you feel emotions rising. Allow them to rise and release. No fear. You're very safe. You're surrounded by all your guardians and guides. Your higher self says to tell you, my guardians and guides are also present. Nothing's getting through. Almost done. How do you feel? Hey, good night, Christopher. Good night, Bok Bok. Can I call you Bok Bok? Your choices are Bok Bok for the bird, or but you're not a turkey. Yay! You still feel it running through you. Now, Tanya, it's important that I tell you this. This is from your higher self. You have a lot of unnecessary fear, okay? You're afraid of who you are. You're afraid if something comes along and you can't defend yourself. What if you don't know? Be patient with yourself, Okay. This fear stems from it's like a new awakening. You're becoming more aware and more sensitive. And so you're beginning to sense the different things that are around. You know, nothing can ever really truly harm you unnecessarily. Okay. Whatever you're allowed to feel, those are things that for whatever reason they're allowed to be around you. And anything allowed to be around you is actually serving you, is assisting you in some way as you grow. Nothing for you to be afraid of. Fear is a very natural feeling to have with anything that's unknown. And that's the only reason you have fear, because it's unknown. As you begin to get to know yourself, your guides, and just really explore the experiences that you have, that fear will naturally dissolve. So just be patient with yourself. Okay, Tanya? Be definitely patient with yourself. You've experienced quite a bit in life, but I don't think you've experienced it at this level yet, because you've always been intuitive, you've always been empathic, you've always sensed things around. But I think the intensity, that shift in intensity, is what's causing you to feel a little bit more afraid and overwhelmed. Okay? So just flow with it, girl. Just flow with it. And you're welcome. Let us see. All right, next we have Desi. Oh my gosh, Desi, are you still here? Are you awake? I hope you're still awake. Oh my gosh. Let's see. She's awake. Oh my god. It's probably so late over there. Oh my god. So Tanya said it makes sense because I started a new chapter with myself this year. There you go. I'm glad it makes sense. I'm definitely glad it makes sense. All right, Desi. Oh, is it only 11? I thought it would be. Oh wait, what time is it here? I don't even know what time it is here. Let me. Ooh, here we go. All right. Breathe very deep and very slow. Breathe very deep and very slow. You might start to feel vibrating all around you. You might feel this in your third eye. How do you feel? Mm, yeah, I'm sorry, you're a cosmic girl. I've closed down the link. I closed it down a while ago. Um, oh, I feel bad. Quite a few people tried. I might be able to come back tonight and have a very, very limited number. but we'll see. We'll see. I have to spend time with my kids. All right, a ball of vibration. Good. Very, very good. So, this might amplify. You might begin to feel vibrating in your hands. Okay. For you, this has a lot to do with manifesting and creativity. You do a lot of things with your hands, whether it be like editing on electronic devices or whatever. It's a lot of things with your hands. And so it's going to affect that. This is to help increase your creativity and really push into fruition the projects that you have. Did I see anything different in your field? At the very base of your neck, like the very top of your shoulders, on your spine itself, I did see something different. Are you having any discomfort in that area? Left side of neck. Is it upper on the neck or lower left? Hi, Kim. Oh, you have to. Bye, Kim. Thank you for joining me. Yeah. It's like right where the neck and the shoulders meet, right in that area. Um, so you were exposed to something, energetically speaking, that is just not a very good thing. It's been pulling energy from you. So, just keep that in mind. Make sure that you really, and it's hard to do because of the work that you're in, but just make sure that you really shield yourself when you're working with others. Okay. Not everyone that you're going to come across does this kind of thing. And this kind of thing that you're experiencing right now, it doesn't feel like it was intentional. This person just is a feeder. They feed off other people. So keep that in mind. Okay. I think you can handle anything that comes in your life, comes across your path. You're doing profound work for people to reclaim more of their consciousness, more of their birthright. And of course, with that type of work, more things will try and access you. More things will have access to you. Just make sure you're always aware of your energetic field. Okay. Not aware in that you have to be paranoid, like, oh my God, did I do something? No, just be aware. If something feels different, examine it. Like, is this a good different? Where did this originate from? Was it after I worked with someone new? Was it after I spoke to that person? And not to accuse, but just to become aware. Okay, next time I talk to that person, I'm going to be a little more vigilant about how it makes me feel. And if it continues where every time you have interaction with that individual, you feel like a drop in your energy, or you feel whatever change it is and it doesn't feel positive, then keep in your mind, okay, if I have to interact with you, I'm going to put a shield up. I'm going to put walls up. You don't get to do that to me anymore. And that's a very, very empowering thing. Very, very empowering thing. I feel like that's my weak spot. It's because you're an empath, and just like I'll show you this one thing. I just posted it actually. Let me find it. This. Okay. Empaths be like, but I can see their light. That's kind of what's happening to you. I mean, it's not super duper intense, but if it's a chronic thing, it's definitely going to deplete you. It's going to affect you. It just so happens that you're able to rebound very quickly. For someone else, this type of circumstance that you face chronically, it would be a full-on like parasitic infestation, but you're able to rebound. So I hesitate to call it parasitic because it seems like you're exercising quite a bit of energetic recalibration naturally. So I mean, do you need a session? I don't think so. I don't think you need a session. I think you just need to be more aware of how much you allow other people's hidden intentions and agendas to affect you. You got this. You totally got this. I mean, this is a part of your job as a soul and as a human being. This is a part of your job. You're not going to avoid this. You're going to have to learn trial by fire, is what your soul says. Okay. Yeah. She says, have been doing your exercises, but I guess I need to do them more often. Yeah, try and do it daily, like pick one thing or even the 12D shield building technique, that guided meditation. Just pop that in and listen to that once a day as you're editing or, planning or whatever. You don't even have to be like, I have to sit in lotus position and eyes closed for an hour. You don't have to do any of that. I mean, are you consciously like removing parasites from yourself? No, it's just something your soul's doing for you. So it's not something you have to be afraid of. You can naturally do it without effort, without thought. But when you focus, it makes it even more potent. So all you have to do is like, you know what, I feel different. Something feels off. It's my shoulder. Okay, let me focus on my shoulder. All of that corrective energy immediately gets focused on the shoulder, ejects whatever shouldn't be there, and then corrects itself. So just embrace that. Let me see. So oh wait, what? Anna Dingus, for the solar Shakti. All right. Let me just make sure. This one. Okay. All right, Anna, are you here? Yes, Anna's here. Let me put this in. Okay, girl, you ready? You're welcome, Desi. You're welcome. All right. Breathe. You're going to feel a pressurized injection. High heart space. 3, 2, 1. Third eye. Your higher self is requesting a DNA activation. Eyes fire, the base of your skull, top of your neck, down your spine. Secondary Shakti activation. Ice fire wrapping around your spine as it climbs back up to your pineal. So the song says, paper in my pocket, make these bitches drop it. 1 second. Girl. So this song starts playing, and this just right now, this guy says that the song says, I'm the shit at what I do. Girl, she knows it's true. What are you manifesting? Okay, it's such an intense, like ridiculously intense amount of energy that you are accumulating, and you've been pulling this in for a little bit. Okay, my memory is horrible. Have we talked recently about doing a project? I'll message you. I'll message you privately. Well, I'll message you. That's why your higher self was giggling. I'll message you. Okay. And you know what? I don't even know how you were able to get that expedite in, because I closed the link. It was you. Oh my God. So I went to go close the link. I don't know if you're aware that I went to go close the link way earlier, and then my laptop turned the whole it gave me like an alert, like red, like stop. And I still tried to close it, and it was like, no. It wouldn't close the link. Your computer froze. Mine wouldn't allow me to close the link, and when you were able to get it through. So that's definitely. This needed to happen, obviously. I'll message you, and we'll talk about that other stuff privately. Is it freezing again? Oh my God. Your energy paired with my energy creates like a massive vortex of manifestation. It's actually making me dizzy. So we'll be in touch. We'll definitely be in touch. You guys, thank you so much for joining me. I will try and come on live again in later this evening. I can't promise, but if I am able to come live, I will give you guys an hour notice. I'll create another live stream, and it'll have a countdown. So if you're not subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe. If you subscribe, it should give you, turn on the notification bell, of course. It should give you a notification letting you know that I'm going to be coming live in X amount of time. If you enjoyed this experience, please do give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe, turn on that notification bell. Join me every single time I'm live. Thank you guys for sharing this space with me, for being open to sharing yourselves, your energy, everything. I just love you guys so much. I love you guys so much. I hope you know that. I hope you feel that. I hope you feel the amount of love that I have for every single one of you. So I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Bye.